Welcome back. Well, I have some experience with a famous political name in the family, having a brother named Paul, as in Paul Martin, obviously no relation to the former Prime Minister. Well, with this being April Fool's Day, we want to know what it'd be like if you had your name on signs and billboards and your name was Stephen Harper. Well, that's the case in Ottawa. We have the realtor with the Prime Minister's name here in the studio. Stephen Harper, the real Stephen Harper. Welcome to Power Play.
Thank you for having me on.
I guess I'm not going to ask you about Dimitri Soudis and why you kept him around. That would be a little inappropriate. But what's it like? I mean, what's it like having his name?
It's been fun. I'm having fun with it. My family's also having fun with it because they get to say, well, my brother is Stephen Harper, my son is Stephen Harper, I'm the mother of Stephen Harper. So we tend to drop that name quite a bit. Yeah, actually, I mean, some people obviously have their preferences, but they say, oh, poor you, Stephen Harper. But I think he's a pretty good guy, and who else are we going to have run the country these days? I think the options out there are...
Now, you're a realtor, well-known realtor in Ottawa. Do you notice, are your listings all conservatives, or do you get liberals, or is there any of that goes down?
No, but the prices are conservative, so...
Well, you hope they're liberal prices when you're selling, not when you're buying, right?
Right. Yes. It depends on who I'm representing.
What sort of feedback do you get? I mean, I don't know if you've ever lost business because people said, I'm not going to list with a guy named Stephen Harper.
I've had the feeling that that's been the case. The biggest hurdle, but it's also a plus, is when I introduce myself over the phone. Because I have to clarify that, I'm not the Prime Minister. The real Stephen Harper, the real right and honorable Stephen Harper, I'm hoping. But no, it's been interesting. I had a female stalker.
A stalker?
I had a female stalker.
Because she thought you were the unreal guy.
She was in love with Stephen Harper, and she got my name, my number out of the phone book, and called me up 79 times over a 3-day period, and she ended up being arrested, and I kept saying, I'm not the Prime Minister. But she insisted on calling, and why are you calling me? Because I'm your legal girlfriend, your future wife, and I love you.
Ooh, that's kind of the creepy side of it all.
So it got a little out of hand, and an RCMP client at the time, Kevin Vickers, was over for dinner, and he says, you have to take that very seriously. Yeah.
Have you ever met the real...
No,
you're the real
meet
one,
him
the
someday.
Prime Minister.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him someday, but no. I've come across, we know of each other. I had sold a property that was owned by the Deputy Minister for Operations, assigned to Stephen Harper. And I had her pass on a message and asked her to give him one of my pens, which says the real Stephen Harper on it. Mm-hmm. And of course, she promised that she would do this, and she followed through on her promise.
I wouldn't mind asking, because on a serious question, this government has cut a lot of staff in the Ottawa region. Has that impacted the real estate market?
The government has definitely had its impact on Ottawa, not so much these days that it did in the past, but everything affects the market in Ottawa. But the market in Ottawa is very strong. It's still termed to be a buyer's market. It's more balanced, and it's certainly favoring buyers more than it has in more recent years. Mm-hmm. But we've been blessed with a market unforeseen in the history of Ottawa. We've had the best market conditions here in Ottawa.
Bottom line, are you a conservative voter, or do you not? Are you going to take the fifth on?
I tend to go with my gut and whether or not I like the look of the person.
You vote local?
Yes.
Not whether it's Stephen Harper or Justin Trudeau or anything like that?
Well, that has its influences, but I did vote for Stephen. I mean, how could I not?
I'd like to have the other unreal Stephen Harper on sometime. He doesn't do shows like this, so we had you on, and we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come down. I hope you get listings from it. Stephen Harper.
The real Stephen
Stephen Harper. Sell your house for you in Ottawa.
Remax.
All right, there you go. Thanks very much, Stephen. That's it for Power Play. We're back here tomorrow live at this time on CTV News Channel and for viewing on the ctvnews.ca website. We'll leave you now with pictures from the kickoff for the annual Canadian Cancer Society's Daffodil Campaign, which means it really is almost spring. The Governor General of Canada and his wife received a bouquet of daffodils and pins from 2 young cancer patients at Rideau Hall this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Todd Vander Hayden is up next with the latest news headlines. For the Power Play team, I'm Don Martin. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Happy April Fool's Day.